Hey everyone, how's it going today? Coach Alvarez here, back at you with another episode, Coffee with Coach, on this awesome Friday morning. Hope you're up, doing well. Got the mind in the right place. If not, as always, let's put it in the right place so you can have a great rest of the day and weekend. So I've been trying for like hours. I've been up, got up a little earlier than normal so I could clean my house. Normally Fridays is my, not normally, but it is. It's my standard cleaning day. I clean throughout the week, but on Fridays, it's sweep, mop, washing blankets and all that good stuff. So got all that done. Now it's time to get to this stuff here. And for the last few hours, about 3 hours now, because I started around 6:30, I've been listening to all the stuff that I normally listen to, and I've been trying to find this episode on this podcast of this quote that I heard, and I just can't find it. So I'm just going to just share it with you. Normally I share with you guys the channel and the video, the title of the video and that good stuff, so that you can go and find it yourself if you wanted to. But anyways, the race to the bottom, okay? The race to the bottom. Is that what you're doing? Okay? And a lot of people are. And where I'm getting that from is in this episode with one of them that I listened to with Andy Frisella. If you haven't heard of him yet, or if you haven't really, gone and listened to his actual podcast, he's the CEO of the First Form nutrition supplement company. He shares his story on how he got into supplements and selling that kind of stuff, and so he's the CEO of First Form, and they're talking about the business and the product. And in the beginning, how it really wasn't that good because they were just starting out and they were trying to make a good product. But now they got the formula down and they've gone through all the trial and error, and they have, apparently one of the best. I haven't personally tried it, but apparently one of the best products in the market if you're looking for, health supplements, that kind of stuff. So when he's talking about this, the product and the production of it and trying to get it, he goes, most people are trying to find the cheapest way to do things possible. They're trying to find, like I've been taking supplements forever. I've been working out since high school. So, there's a lot of fillers in certain whey protein products or whatever. They're just there to just kind of make up, they're just fluffing up the supplement. It's not really all that great for you. And when he's talking about the race to the bottom, he's like, I'm not worried about most companies or most people, because most people, the way their mindset is they're going to try to do things the cheapest way possible. They're going to try to cut corners. They're going to try to find the way to do things as cheap as possible. He goes, I want to make a really good product, and he goes, I'd rather people not buy my product because it's too expensive for them versus and it's a really good product and they can't afford it, versus, or they don't want to pay for it, okay, because people can't afford it. It's just, they have their priorities mixed up, versus you have a cheap product, but it's not that good, meaning it's a cheap price but the product's not that good. He goes, so most people think that way, most companies think that way. So he's not worried about most people because they're in the race to the bottom and he's in the race to the top. He's going to spend more money to add more quality ingredients and all this other stuff. So I look at that, and they also talk about in this podcast I listen to about your standards. So he's got a higher standard, right? His level of his standards are much, much higher. He wants to put out, he goes, I don't want anyone talking bad about my product. I'd rather them talk about the price, but not the actual product. And there's a difference. And I believe in that as well on so many levels, but I put that, and I can relate to that in so many different areas of my life. Like I want my health, my personal health. Like I'm not in the race to the bottom, meaning I'm not trying to put the crappiest, cheapest things in my body, like fast food, French fries, chicken tenders, cheeseburgers, Whataburger. Okay, that's the race to the bottom, is putting in, I got to have Cokes every day. People, those individuals, not that they're bad people, it's just they're in the race to the bottom. Then you have the other individuals where, they're not trying to be financially set. They're not trying to get financially fruitful. they're paycheck to paycheck people because they just don't know how to budget. They don't know how to be disciplined. They don't know how. They're in the race to the bottom. Okay, I'm in the race to the top. Have money, have good credit score, 800 plus, that kind of thing. I'm in the race that way versus the race the other way. The mindset thing. I'm in the race to the top with the mindset thing, sharing these episodes with you guys, listening to what I listen to every day, because I don't want it to go to the bottom, man. I don't want to think negative. I don't want to talk bad about myself. I don't want to talk bad about other people. I don't want to talk that the world is out to get me, that it's never going to work out, that why can't I go here? Why can't I have that? I don't want to. That's the race to the bottom. Okay, you guys understand where I'm going with this? Like those kind of mindset, those kind of actions, those kind of things, you're in the race to the bottom. So when this individual said that, and he put that in perspective like that, it just clicked. Like, yeah, man, that's most people. Most people are in the race to the bottom because they're trying to do the least thing possible. Like they're whatever it is that you're trying to do. If you're not trying to do it the best that you can, and you're not trying to get to the top or whatever it is that you're trying to do, your health to the best of your ability, bring your financial to the best to your ability, your mindset to the best of your ability. Whatever goals you're going after, are you really going after them, or are you kind of going after them? You're in the race to the bottom. And when you put things in perspective like that, it's an eye opener, man. It just really wakes me up to be like, yeah, man, I want nothing to do with the bottom. Okay, I want my business. I'm very, very tough on my students. Like I'm very hard on my students about their mindset, the way they talk. Sitting down after when the bell rings, you got to get up and walk it out. You're not going to lay on the mat and look defeated. Again, I've been to places where the round ends and it looks like John Wick came in there and just, shot the whole place up because all students are like laying on their back, looking at the ceiling, showing how exhausted they are. That's not allowed in my academy. I make everyone get up and walk it out. You got to have your gi fixed and your belt tied and you're ready to go and shake hands. You have a partner by the time the break ends, you're ready to go. You're not going to talk about your jiu-jitsu sucks. You're not going to bring in, negative things into the mat area or not want to work hard or be a talker during the rounds. I have standards. I have a bar set that we're not going there. We're going the other way. And if you don't have those things set up for yourself, you're in the race to the bottom. And that's a scary, scary thing because I was sharing this with my students the other day. It's like, I'm on obviously social media just like everyone else. I don't post negative stuff. I don't share negative stuff. I see a lot of people, friends, family members that have people that passed away within the last year and a half. It's like almost daily that I see people like they lost someone, a loved one. That's a scary thing because it really, really just makes me think like, man, how much time do I have here? Like when's the clock gonna stop? And so that helps me go to the top. It helps me push that pace. Like, man, I'm just very, very, very scared to just settle and not do things and not have the things that I know I should be having, or my business should be having, or my students should be having, my family should be having, my dogs, like everything else. Like it's a lot of work, but I'd rather be working and pushing and climbing my way to the top versus, letting time pass me by because whatever's going on in your life right now, it's making you stop. It's making you sad. It's making you want to quit. It's making you want to give up. I'm scared to do that. I don't want to do that. I'm in the race to the top where most people are in the race to the bottom. And when you talk to people with their mindset and how they talk about themselves or how they talk about where they're at financially or where their mindset at, where their health is at, the health thing, especially guys, with what happened last year and what's still happening now, if you're not trying to take the best care of yourself every single day, man, you're in the race to the bottom, man. You're in the race to the bottom. And so be self-aware, be mindful, be self-conscious of the bottom. Are you in the race right now to the bottom with any area of your life? And if you are, man, you need to turn around real quick, hit a detour, like switch cars, do whatever you need to do, switch friends, family members, your relationships, however you need to do it. But you need to hit a U-turn real quick and go the other direction so that you're in the race to the top. Again, this stuff all comes from just hours and hours and hours and hours of just listening to this stuff, every day. I heard one of these guys they were talking the other day about using your car as a mobile university, and I definitely do that. I listen to the radio less and less and less. I love music, but I love this stuff even more. I love feeding my mind with things that are going to help me grow, help my students grow, help my business grow, help my financial grow, like help everything grow, and everything is growing. Not like I don't come across some hard times like everyone else, because I do. I'm just able to handle them a lot better because of the things that I'm listening to. But I shared this tip the other day, and someone was like, well, I do listen to stuff, but they're not listening to it to start their day off. So their day doesn't really start off all that well. And how do I know that? Because when I text them in the morning, good morning, whatever, this, that, normally the reply back isn't that good. And then the other person that I text, or the other people that I text or get with, it is good because they are listening to the right things. I had just someone right now, hey, you got any more videos for me today? Those are the messages. That's someone that's trying to win. That's someone that's trying to go to the top. Doesn't make them perfect. Doesn't make them better than anyone else. Me either. It's just where we're going is trying to be better than most people, because we're trying to go to a place where most people are not going, or maybe they want to go, they just don't want to put in the work to go. So be mindful of that. Are you in the race to the bottom, or are you in the race to the top? And most people, me personally, that I talk to, because of the way they talk about themselves, the way when they tell me about their money situation, where they tell me about their, obviously you can just tell by their health, or the way what they eat, what's in their hand, what's in their plate, what's on their Facebook post when they're posting their food. They're in the race to the bottom. So it's up to you. It's only going to hurt you. And when these guys are talking, they're talking about, if you get better, and again, if you're winning, which I've talked about this before, other people around you start winning. They get better. And especially for my business and my students, that's all I talk about is winning, like winning at life, not tournaments, winning at life. And I want my students to win at tournaments too, but that's very important for the ones that are competitors, but I'm talking about winning at life. And the more people, I got 40 people at a time staring at me on the mat, sometimes 50, it could be 10, depending on what class it is. They need to be winning, because if they're winning, then I'm winning, they're winning, everything's good. But if they're losing, they're in the race to the bottom, where do you think I'm going to go? They'll probably drag me down there with them. So, it's just where it's at. So change your mindset, rewire it, think about it, be self-conscious. Any area of your life, if it's in the race to the bottom, turn it around real quick and go back to the top. All right, guys, I got to keep it moving. You guys have a great day, great weekend. Let's make it happen. All right, we'll see you.